out of all the naked motorcycles I could have chose from, why did I choose to get a Ducati Monster? And a 2012 Ducati Monster.
Infinit Ryda.
Yes, that makes me feel good when you do a little something like that to it. So, for those of you who do not know who I am that sexy, deranged motorcycle enthusiast that they all love. The Ryda, Infinit Ryda. And mofo who wants you to be out on a motorcycle, you know what I'm saying? So, I just hopped off of Harley, my 2007 Sportster, and I was like, it ain't started raining yet, so I whipped out the Monster, and so be it. Another video ended up happening, which is happening kind of right now. Yep, it's about to rain that way, and that's the way we gonna go. So smart I am, smart so I am. When the world consists of so many different naked motorcycles, you know, butt naked motorcycles, you know, bucket naked, you know, those type of motorcycles, how did I end up with this voluptuous butt of mine on a Ducati Monster? I don't know. I guess because it was one of my favorite naked bikes. I've always wanted a Ducati. Oh, about to miss my turn. About to go the wrong way. Let's hit it. So I've always wanted a Ducati, and I used to be looking at like the Panigales, the 848 Evos, all of those different type of motorcycles, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I ain't never really pay attention to like the Monsters, the Scramblers, things like that, because I was all about sports bikes back in the day. Like I had the Yamaha R6, the Yamaha R1, then another Yamaha R6. Like it was all sports bikes in my life. That's what it was about. So I thought that to have fun on a motorcycle, you had to have one of those real sleek looking, uncomfortable, aggressive seating position type of motorcycles, and boy was I wrong. Naked bikes is where it's at for the street. Now if you on the track, yes, you want one of those crazy seated position, sexy, aggressive motorcycles. But if you're just whipping through the rural areas, the countryside, the city, a naked bike is where it's at, because you get to sit in an upright position. You can tuck down if you want to, but you don't have to. And these bikes are geared a lot differently, where the power is given to you down low, so that way it's more usable when you're out on the streets. You can have more fun with it. Still had my blinker on. That's a Ryda mistake. That's because I just hopped off the Harley, and the Harley automatically cancels the blinkers and this one doesn't. So I always gotta adjust every time I switch bike. I've always wanted one of those bikes because I love the sound of Ducatis. I love the history of the Ducati, and even though people say it's like more of a status symbol, I feel like it's more of an artistic design preference. And I love the art and the design. I don't know who the designers are at Ducati, but y'all need to share some of them designers with some of the other manufacturers. The bikes just look good, and I chose this model of the Ducati Monster because, you know, they got the newer ones, and they started getting water cooled, and they started putting the radiators on the front of them. And I just wasn't a fan of the the looks of the newer ones. So this was one of the last years of the Monster that I actually liked, and I love the look of this bike as far as the red trellis frame, and you know, the shape of it with the fat, juicy, beefy looking gas tank, where it looks like it's just like the bike is all tank. The shorter looking wheelbase, where it's it looks very compact. Like everything about this bike I love the look of, except for that exhaust pipe that it came with. That shit was horrible. That was ugly. They messed it up with that. You know, you got the single-sided swing arm. There's just a lot of aesthetically pleasing things that came along with this bike, and the sound of it was just another added bonus. The way this bike sounds, oh my god. Like, my two favorite sounding bikes has to be either my Harley-Davidson Sportster or this Ducati Monster. Has to be, because the sound that comes out of this is just orgasmic, man. I'm telling you, if the sound of a motorcycle can make you bust a nut, then I'm telling you, either this or my Sportster, I'd just be having some that's just nasty. We're not going to take it there. I guarantee you it'd do some things to some women. These two bikes, they'd do some things to some women, maybe. I think so. I wouldn't know, but it's possible. The fact that this was the last generation of the air-cooled motorcycle, or the air-cooled Ducati Monster, and the sound that it makes and the way it looks and everything, I just had to pick one up. Now, there were some other naked bikes that I kind of liked a little bit. I liked the look of, but then they started going all, like, I love alien looking shit. I do, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I like it. But when it gets like corny, or there's such thing as alien looking and fugly, and some of those new naked motorcycles from other manufacturers just started to get real fugly. Like, they was funny looking ugly. Like, I just didn't like them. I just couldn't do it. And I wanted a naked bike that I know I could keep long term, and I was like, hell, let's go with a Ducati Monster. Now, I know a lot of people be talking about how expensive the maintenance and shit like that is on these bikes, and I'm not gonna lie, it can get expensive, especially if you're having to use the dealership for every single thing you do. But me, like, I do some stuff myself. The only thing I ain't doing is I ain't messing with that Desmo stuff that's in here, because I don't understand it. But I'll change my battery myself. I'll change my oil myself. I'll do the spark plugs, all that type of stuff. I'll do the basic maintenance, like if I want to customize something, like changing out grips, anything like this. Like, everything aesthetically on this bike that you see, which you can't see a lot of it, yeah, that's kind of tough. Hold on. Yeah, the cones look cool. That's perfect right there. That works for me. So this might make it a little bit better. So everything you see aesthetically that's done to the bike, I did myself. I put the exhaust slip on myself. I polished up my headers myself, which they look so good now. They was looking kind of shitty before, but they polished up. I changed out all of the plastics on the bike myself, as far as switching them out for carbon fiber. And yes, this is a real carbon fiber. I did not cheap out on that. I swapped out the headlight myself, put on that LED headlight, because the original headlight, it didn't shine too bright, and I ain't like the look of it. It kind of sucked, but some people like that. I love that one. And I put on the rear tail fender eliminator myself as well, that cleaned up the back of the bike a lot. So everything on here aesthetically, I did myself. So I can do my oil changes myself, and I can do my spark plugs myself. The only thing I'm not messing with is I'm not messing with the belts. I'm not messing with the Desmo crap. Probably could, but I ain't doing it. I also put the levers on myself. Like, a lot of the bike, because it's so open and naked and everything's available to get to, I did a lot of this to the bike myself, which makes it a pro. So let's keep riding. 12. I'm just popping off a YouTube video real quick. Huh? Oh, hell yeah. Either this and my Sportster are my favorite. So this 1100. You ride?
Yeah.
What you got?
Got a 06 Suzuki SV650S.
Okay, all right. Yeah, those pretty slick too. If you find my channel and stuff, hit me up. We could go ride sometime.
I'll definitely hit you.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Be safe.
All right, take care. And that's a good thing as well. People love the look of the bike. There just were so many reasons for me to get the Ducati Monster, and I'm one of those people where I'm like, hey, I ain't never had that type of bike. I'll try it. If I don't like it, I'll sell it. And I don't think I'm going to be selling this one, so I feel like I made the right choice. That's a little bit of the reasons why I picked up the Ducati Monster. Now, if you want to know why I love it and why I'm keeping it, you need to be subscribed to the channel, And you'll see that in future videos because there are going to be a lot more on here. Typically, oh, I hit that bump. Y'all saw that. Y'all saw that. It was a little jerky. I didn't even know that was a bump. Wasn't paying attention. But typically, a lot of the videos are on the Harleys. But we're going to transition and we're going to try to make it even. We're going to be doing a lot of Ducati videos. We're going to be doing a lot of the Z125 Pro videos. We're going to be doing Sportster and V Rod videos. We're going to do them all. And we're going to do some videos on the bikes at the dealership too. So, oh yeah, in case some of you have not been by the channel, I do a lot of stuff with Harley-Davidson dealerships. So I ride a lot of Harleys frequently, a whole lot. They're all over the channel. So if you like bikes in general, you're in the right place. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Comment down below, what do you think of the Ducati Monster? Have you ridden one? Do you like this bike? Woo! And not that it matters because I already purchased it. Do you think I picked the right bike as my naked bike? And if you were to choose a naked motorcycle, which one would it be? But I'm gonna check y'all out in that next one. It's your boy Infinite Ryda, skirting out. Deuces, love y'all.